Hi, it's Joy and Merry Christmas! Today I'm going to be doing a little bonus for anyone that has been following my Witcher reactions and also for myself because I love The Witcher. I have been seeing more or less since I watched the first few episodes people suggesting that I react to trailers from certain games and certain things like that, and I've always been on the fence, scared because like what if there is a spoiler that I don't view as a spoiler, but people keep asking and I love The Witcher and I already miss it a lot. And the very lovely Kefka follower, thank you so much, has left me 4 links on my reaction to the finale which they say are spoiler free, and I'm going to choose to believe them, especially as I'm pretty sure 2 of them are the trailers that have been requested the most, and then one of them is a scene that's already happened in the show, done in the games or something like that. But I am just really excited to get going, and I thought this would be a really nice sort of little bonus Christmas thing because I have loved The Witcher. It has been a revelation for me just how much I loved it, and just the love everyone else has it and how kind everyone's been in the comments and just how fun an experience watching it has been. I thought, well, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna have a bonus, and yes. I've kind of come to the decision in general that I'm not going to be watching, I'm not going to be playing the games or reading any of the books until I'm done with the show, until like the show has run its 28,000 season course, because I never want it to stop. I might delve into the books we pass, so I know that there's the first couple of short story collections, chronologically at least. I don't know when they came, so I don't think they necessarily came out in that order, but at the same time I might just wait so I can just, when the show's done, buy all the books and just binge them. I have been loving Witchmas on Twitter. I didn't look up Twitter or anything until I'd caught up with the show. I love all the different things we've got, the promo picture of the bard, and I think the bloopers were fantastic, and my favourite thing they did with the Witchmas was an interview with Roach, because that was a masterpiece. If you haven't seen it, go to the Twitter, find it. They have released an interview with Roach. We love him. I've also looked at the interactive map, and I haven't completely finished watching, but I've started watching the behind the scenes of The Witcher on Netflix. I'm just immersing myself in The Witcher, and this is the perfect way for me to do a bit more of that. Before I start, I would just say Merry Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas Day. I am recording this on Boxing Day. No, that would time travel. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. You can't really see it, but I have a proper Christmas jumper on for this, wearing it a day early, and yeah, I'm just really excited. So yeah, let's go with the first trailer. Thank you so much, Kefka follower. So they've told me that the video game stories happen after the events of the books, which I did know thanks to people from the comments. I did not know before the comments, and the spoiler-free videos. So, intro of The Witcher 2007, and I apparently already saw the Netflix rendition of this scene. This video was posted to YouTube on January the 6th, 2009, and according to Kefka Follow, it's from 2007, the 2007 game. I'm very intrigued about, like, it being something that the show's already done, but in a game.
His name was Geralt of Rivia.
That it was.
He was a witcher, a professional monster slayer.
I would say that Henry Cavill's a little bit more attractive. But
lift the curse that held
I love
Amar's
Geralt.
daughter.
Oof.
It was
yes, the Striga.
The night with the princess, dusk till dawn. If only she were not a deadly beast. The Striga, the traitor responsible for the curse.
Yes.
Became the bait.
The guy that was responsible was tied up. He's got his chain. Yes! Oh my god, this actually makes me really happy because it shows me that the show has really been paying attention to the games and the books and the media that came before it of The Witcher. Even more extreme than in the show. I love how they've taken bits of this original material, and I imagine this maybe was a story in the books as well that they've taken and expanded, and oh, there's a tomb! Oh. Yeah. I don't know what's crueler, giving him a chance to run, letting him think he could get away in this version, or the version in the show where he's just tied up, unable to escape, knowing his death is coming. I mean, he deserved it in both cases. Alright, Geralt. I mean, she's redhead in this. Come on, Geralt! I think the Striga was more scary in the show, but they had sort of A, advanced graphics, and B, like, I think the enclosed tomb was spookier. Oh yes. I hope no one needs to get up there. Alright, he's trapped it in the chains. Is it just gonna pop them off again like it did in the show? And be mildly irritated by them? Yes. Fuck. I'm sorry, I appreciate show Geralt's fuck in that situation far more. Oh, magic, magic. Oh, I love the music. I'm just imagining this with the show, like, theme. Oof. Good job! I'm enjoying that this Striga has some semblance of clothing, despite the fact, like rags, that it was never a child. Ooh, Geralt. He's handy with a sword, this young man. Oh dear, no, I'm sorry, Geralt. Like, oh. Cutting the hair is just plain rude. I would run away if you cut my hair off too. Oh, he's popping in again. Look. No, same as in the show. Sometimes Geralt likes to have a nap in a princess's tomb. Yep. He's got a timer. See, show Geralt wasn't that sensible. Slash, he was a bit more stressed when he got in the tomb. See, that dress is very handy given that this child... If Strigas are made the same way, I suppose. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just cursed. In the show. In the book, sorry. In this. Very similar to what happened in the show.
Witcher succeeded. The time of the sword and axe. The time of disdain.
Verily, I say unto you.
Geralt of Rivia disappeared. All but forgotten. But that's another story.
I want to keep going now. Alright, I really enjoyed that. So next we have 52½, part of the promotional material of The Witcher 2 from 2011. The game developer introduces new players to Geralt's line of work, which this one is the one that I hadn't really seen anyone, one of the ones I hadn't seen anyone really suggesting, so I'm excited to see how The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings. I just love the whole world of The Witcher. I want to get every version of it possible. Oh, your hair looks very stylish. I like the little ponytail. There's no need to be scared of him. He's got a snazzy ponytail. I really hope Show Geralt never does that to his hair. But you can definitely see the fear and the way that no one in this world trusts the witches, and they all fear them. But they still want to use them. Roach!
How is it, Roach, that a good blacksmith gets all the respect in the world, whereas we witchers are, at best, tolerated?
I know. I'm with you. So's Roach.
52½. Calm down, dummy. Just a forest troll.
Just a forest troll.
Together and you haven't learned a thing.
So that's a really inviting place to go. Yeah, I'm with Roach. Roach!
Easy, girl.
We can calm horses.
Easy.
You've got this, Geralt. Roach is like, well, that's me done. I'll be waiting for you back on the path, about a mile away. You have fun in there with your ponytail. I'm not trying to peer over his shoulder. He's gonna look up. God, people only call witches when they need them to come and solve a problem, and then when they do, they're like shit the whole time. Oh no, thank you. Oh dear, no thank you. Those both remind me of the Striga in the show. How many of these things are there? These remind me of the camp. Like the zombie things. Is there some gunpowder we could use to blow? Oh, it's shaking. I'll assume he survives. That's a really kind of, I like that as a concept of a trailer because it's kind of like, it draws you in and then you're like, oh, I need to know what happens next. So even though that wasn't all gameplay footage, you kind of can take him on similar missions, I suppose. Next up is Intro of The Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition 2012. Geralt is not here, but the main antagonist, who is also a Witcher. Quite cool in my opinion. I believe you. So in the second Witcher thing, is a bad Witcher, because we haven't, obviously because there aren't many Witchers, because they're not being created anymore and they have a dangerous line of work, plus are hated by everyone. In the show it's implied that there aren't very many Witchers left, and you know, when he found that there was a Witcher that had not done his duty properly, he wanted to go and like make it right, and then when he found out that they were just pretending the Witcher had run off and he actually had been killed, he was very upset that the name of the Witcher was being besmirched. So the idea that there are bad Witchers too makes me a little sad for Geralt. Can't remember where 12 to 71 comes into the timeline. I've looked at the map thing, but... Oh dear. This one's called Assassin of Kings, isn't it? So I feel like a king is going to be assassinated. I'm like, I see a king. He's having a good old time right before he gets murdered. Here comes the Assassin of Kings. Oh yeah, see, he looks like a mean Witcher. He's all big and really big and muscly, and he doesn't have any hair to put in a snazzy ponytail. Oh, yep. Is that the King's Mage? Oh, yes it is. Oh. Gosh. Still drinking, you idiot. Sorry, I've just decided this king's an idiot. He seemed like an idiot. Oh god. I was gonna say if I was you, I'd wait for him to make his move, but not Bob. I mean, this is a brave dude. I would be jumping overboard and trying to swim away. Ooh. This does help to sort of show more things witches are capable of. Ay, see me overboard by now, yep. I hope that was Strigabor. Oh, King. Yes. Okay, wonderful. Does he just like to kill kings, or is he like being paid? Oh, you got to swim away with your head of a king. So then these last two trailers are the ones that I've seen recommended the most to me, which are Killing Monsters and A Night to Remember. So Killing Monsters is promotional material of The Witcher 3, and I think I've heard that Witcher 3 is the best Witcher game, or at least it was the most successful. I don't know what his opinions are. As I said, I've never played it, so I don't know. And Geralt being neutral as Witchers should be. If you want me to choose an evil, lesser or not, I prefer not to.
By order of the Emperor of Nilfgaard,
Yeah.
for the murder of the wounded.
Don't meddle. Take the reward and let's go.
Tough hunt.
Tougher than yours, that's certain.
Yep.
Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference. The degree is arbitrary. The definition's blurred.
Just gotta hope she was guilty.
Between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose it all. Just make it quick, Geralt.
Yes! He's being very neutral. So neutral. Because yeah, how, like, if she was guilty of the crimes they said, just do it, you know, I doubt she was because it's Nilfgaard. Yes, Geralt. You'd rather not choose one of the evils, is that what you were saying? Yes, Geralt.
What are you doing?
What do you think he's doing? Yeah. Yes, killing monsters. You're not men, as our Geralt in the show would say. Yes. Oh. Did he leave it up to her to decide if she wanted to kill that one or not? Interesting. So what I really like the most about that one, I'll talk about it more after this, is the idea that, like, witches are meant to be neutral, but there will be witches like we saw in the second Witcher 2 one who are evil themselves, and then there will be witches like Geralt who are good themselves. And as much as he strives and tries to do his witcher thing and to stay neutral, he can't let wrongdoing happen in front of him. So he couldn't let Renfri just go and kill Strigobor, but most especially he couldn't let Renfri kill Mirelka, because that's not right. If in that moment Strigobor had a knife to Renfri, so he would have fought Strigobor. You know, the tables were turned. Okay, so A Night to Remember, promotional material of The Witcher 3 2015, Geralt illustrating the correct use of the Black Blood Potion. 10 out of 10. Yeah.
No amount of coin would convince a witcher to take this contract.
Of course you just got a strip.
Changed.
He's got a beard now. Okay, so there was a reason she was stripping. It wasn't just so they could... I mean, it was. So they could just have some boob. See, that's not a silly ponytail. Yes, Geralt. Oh dear. What exactly is he hunting? Oh, I didn't realise, like in the show, I don't think they've shown the idea of his pendant reacting to monsters. Oof. Smart. Geralt! Geralt! Excuse me, Miss Vampire. Ooh. Oh. He took something that was poisonous to her. That was in his potion. Oof. Oof. Off goes the head. Now she's fleeing. Oof. Monsters don't always look like monsters. Oh, lovely.
And dice you eat, you uphold.
Lovely.
Eat you.
That looks a bit like Sintra, maybe? Glad they emphasise eating your hole. Alright, so I really enjoyed those so much. Thank you so much to everyone that has requested me to watch them multiple times. Because it reminded me, and then thank you so much, I should make sure I get your name right, Kefka follower, for giving me the links so that I don't accidentally click on anything that would actually contain a spoiler, and I made sure to not look at any comments or anything, because I know obviously that if you've played the games come after the books, so you're going to have a hell of a lot of spoilers for the show, and then vice versa, like if you read the books, you're going to get spoilers for the show as well. And I think it just really makes me even more excited to one day get to play the games, and even to one day get to read the book, to just know that there is this even more information out there about this show, this brilliant show with this brilliant world that I know started with the books. The history of these characters and the world they inhabit and their kingdoms and the magic and the different lore behind all the magic and the monsters and how they get made, and Geralt's backstory, and like, you know, I can see so many similarities between our Geralt, because he's mine, I think of him that way, as our Geralt, and this Geralt, you know, but there are also some subtle differences, you know, and maybe when you're playing the actual game he's more like that, or maybe in the book he's more like our Geralt. He's not like our Geralt in the game, if you know what I mean, but just kind of, you can just really see the same person despite the differences, if that makes sense. And kind of just the lore and the world of it in so many ways have been translated really faithfully, which I think will contribute to why people love this show so much, because if you watch a show that's an adaptation of a game or a book that you love and it's totally different, sometimes you're able to make that jump and be like, okay, it's not like but I can just enjoy this for its own thing, and other times you can't. I really love that. I love the really, throughout all of the kind of the idea of who Geralt is as a person, that he is someone that is a witcher, that is reviled and treated like dirt and treated like he's someone to be afraid of. But when it comes down to it, he breaks away from kind of what he was trained to do as a witcher and chooses an evil. Although in his mind, as he often says in the show, you know, you're not a man. Like, when men act like monsters, and women obviously, but when men act like monsters, they aren't men, they're monsters, and he fights monsters. And that's how he chooses between the good and the evil. But I just really enjoyed that, and kind of getting to sequences of the world, and like Geralt and Roach just travel around and do their best. So I absolutely love watching those. It's I've actually spent the last couple of days going online and finding people that I already, like, reactors that I already watch, and just going back and watching their reactions, because I love The Witcher. I need to keep it in my life. So yeah, thank you so much for giving me those links. Thank you everyone for recommending it, and most especially thank you so much to anyone that has followed my journey of watching The Witcher, has left me a comment, whenever, like, there are some of my shows that I watch where I post their reaction and a little part of me is worried that I'm going to get someone that's like, you're not reacting to this properly, or you've not thought of that, or, you know, negative comments. And with The Witcher, that was never a worry for me. It was just always, oh, I've got a new comment, and it was just full of so many people just being really lovely and just loving the show like I do. I think I also really am thankful that no one is like, oh my god, she doesn't know anything. Like, she hasn't played the game, doesn't know the book, she doesn't understand what's happening, you know. I really appreciate that just people have been really supportive of me and of other people that watch the show, and that we can just love this show together. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will 100% be reacting to season 2. Oh my god. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.